Okay, so it's a new day. The last video you guys watched was the part 2 to the square body. We're on hold for the square body right now. I think I explained that. The process is starting a new job, and I'm saving my money so I can pay my necessities and stuff like that. So we're letting that go for right now. But today we're gonna go disc our plowed ground for our corn. So long story short, yes, we have a no-till planter. And everybody's like, well, why don't you just no-till? Well, you can no-till for so long until it's not really benefiting your crop anymore. You know, that's why plowing is such a necessity, because if you don't plow that ground every so often, then your crop is just gonna suffer. It's gonna suffocate, and you're not gonna get as much of a yield off of it after every year that goes by. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you no-till it one year, and then in 5 straight years you no-till that every year, and after 5 years your yield is gonna be absolute crap. So it's good to plow up the ground, roll it over, disc it, put fertilizer on it, and just kind of start over. A lot of people are starting to go back to plowing and disking because they are realizing that they cannot no-till all the time. So that's what I'm going to do. I was actually bedridden around this time, but my cousin and my pap did a bunch of plowing that we needed done. Just like the last 2 videos of our oats being planted, all that ground was plowed over again, disc, fertilizer spread on it, and then hired and leveled off, and then planted an oats. That oats is probably going to thrive now because all those weeds were plowed over into the ground, and it's just going to be very beneficial for that crop. Same with the corn. We want to get as much corn as we can because we fill that corn crib every year, and we rely on that through the entirety of the winter, the whole way till next fall. So we need that corn for our hogs and our cows, because we grind feed for both of them. And right now we've been feeding a bag of feed a day and 4 bales of hay a day. We're going to need all the hay ground we can get this year, because we lost some last year. So we're going to have to make as much hay as we can this year to make up for all that hay ground that we lost last year. That's why we spread so much fertilizer this year. We're trying to get that hay ground to really thrive. And I mean, as you can see, this is just a piece of hay ground that's in front of my house. Actually, this piece over there is pretty good too. And like, this hay ground is really growing very, very, very good. Even just after a few rain showers and fertilizer spread on it. I just moved 2 wagons out of this field because through the winter time we park our wagons and stuff in this front hay field. But now, in the next 2 weeks, it's going to be 2 foot tall. I mean, in some places it already is a foot tall. So we need to make sure that we get as much hay as we can this year, and then we're going to have to put up a bag of silage over here because we're going to need all the feed we can get this winter. Because we just lost 2 cows because they had calves, and their calves were they weren't that healthy. And that's another thing, like, after so long, you have a cow for so long, through time, that cow, you know, as she ages, she's not going to produce as healthy of a calf, and then eventually that calf is just going to be born. It's going to be real skinny and not very, then it's not going to look as good, and sometimes they die when they get sick. And we had 2 cows lose 2 calves this year, so we have 2 heifers to replace those 2 cows. But, you know, there's $2,000 gone. So it's just, you know, it's just a fighting and losing game. Farming is a big gamble, and it always has been. But nowadays, it's just so much harder to make money at it because of the economy, inflation, even our president. Sometimes I don't agree with anything he talks about, but I don't watch the news. I just kind of ignore it and try and survive. So, because I don't watch the news anymore. I avoid that. I check the weather and that's it. So anyway, we're gonna get started on disking. I gotta put fuel in the tractor, and then we're gonna head down the road to the school where we're gonna plant most of our corn. Well, I got over here, I made one pass so far, and it's really nice. Like, it's kind of just like wet enough to where you're not gonna get the tractor stuck. It's not sticking to the disc, and then it's just really folding over nice. I'm gonna clean this up here, film a little bit and while I'm disking, but I'm gonna try and pay attention as much as I can. I do have my lights on. I had the lights on whenever I was on the road. Just an extra precaution for people to see me. I got 2 more strips up here to do. I'm getting done with this piece, but it's hard to film on this piece because I'm balancing and I'm on a hill. I'm gonna film more when I get over there. So yeah, just hang in there. I am going to drive over to the other farm here, or the other ground that we were farming, and show you what happened. So I was cut short on disking. I lost a bearing in the one wheel. Seen the wheel wobbling, and I thought that the lug nuts were loose. Got off, lug nuts were not loose, the bearing was gone. So we're gonna have to wait for a part 2 on this video for me to finish my disking. I just wanted to come over and show you what broke. And so this is what broke. You can see that I'm moving that, and I think the outer race, or I'm not too familiar with bearings and what the certain parts names is and all that crap, but whatever keeps the grease in there came out, and along with the bearing, and it came out, so it was just wobbling. This disc unfortunately doesn't pick up the wheels, so they ride in the dirt. Wish they picked up the whole way, but they don't. I'm back. This is the end of the video. I hope you're excited for part 2, because that's what it's gonna have to be, because I broke the disc. Anyway, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what else you want to see, and I'll see you in the next one.